Here's the fastest way to turn your MSL and field medical notes in your CRM into actionable insights that actually drive results. Typically, what I see with medical affairs teams is that they face three key challenges in turning those notes into actionable results. And those three are, number one, inconsistent CRM notes. So MSLs have different ways of inputting those notes. There could be multiple insights stored in one note, and there's really no consistent format. So what ends up happening is most folks will introduce things like drop-downs or KIQs or surveys into the CRM to try to capture the important information and add a little bit more structure to those notes. But unfortunately, that ends up adding more administrative burden for the MSL team to input those notes. Number two is oftentimes in the analysis of all of these free text notes or insights, that analysis itself tends to be very tedious because you're probably downloading everything into a spreadsheet. You might need to do additional labeling and categorization. You have to sift, manually through all of the notes and insights to sift signal through noise and understand what would be valuable, and then also to identify trends and themes. And that can take tens and tens of hours. I mean, if you're talking about a couple of hundred insights to even over 1,000 on a monthly to quarterly basis, that's very, very tedious work. And lastly, number three is a lot of the existing tools today were just never built for qualitative analysis. So many teams I see use Power BI or Tableau for your typical activity or performance metrics. So you got X notes for this drug or X notes that were clinical insights versus competitive insights, etc. But the challenge with that is that oftentimes you see these metrics, but you want to understand the why. What is hidden behind all of this data? And Power BI or Tableau and other tools like that typically stop there. So really, until today, it's been very difficult, and there haven't really been great tools out there to be able to, similar to Power BI, to let someone dig through all of this unstructured free text data to uncover trends and themes in an automated way. So those are the key challenges. Now, how can you actually address that? Is it actually possible for you to take this process that can take tens to hundreds of hours of manual work and really boil it down to something that can be either a few minutes or even up to an hour, depending on how much data you're really analyzing? And yes, it is possible to automate and reduce that workflow. So there's a couple of ways that you can address this using newer technologies like AI and generative AI. So number one, you can leverage tools like AI and GenAI to take free text notes and extract insights automatically. You do need some level of personalization and call it a little training to ensure the accuracy of that, but it is possible to automate that today. Number two, leverage tools like Tag, and in particular, more so GenAI, to go through all of those free text notes and be able to categorize, classify, extract competitive products that were mentioned for comparative effectiveness, off-label discussions, adverse events, etc. So you can leverage technologies to automate that process. So once you've gotten to that point, right, you have data that effectively went from messy CRM free text note data into a little bit more of a structured format that makes it easier for AI to be able to analyze. And the third step of really doing that qualitative analysis and being able to mine through all of this text to identify different themes that are associated or that you see trending over time for a particular product, that is also something that is possible today now more so than many years ago. In particular, before GenAI, there was NLP, natural language processing. And NLP, although it was used to try to identify themes, tended to be very keyword based, right? And keywords don't always capture the full essence to enable a high quality and high fidelity analysis thematically. But with generative AI, there has been an advancement in that. So you can leverage that technology to actually help mine a lot of the free text notes, whether it's field medical or med info or across both, to be able to actually identify those trends that probably are going to either go into answering a specific question someone on the team might have or into an insights report. So all of that is possible today. And if you're curious to learn more about how you can actually do that for your team, don't hesitate to DM me. I'm happy to give tricks and tips on how you could potentially leverage existing internal tools that you might have on hand, or use a platform like Atrix to make this happen. Thank you.